One last question about the movies. How would you contrast the directing style of your other two co-stars, William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, going from Star Trek 4 to 5, honestly?
I don't have any problem with honesty. Leonard directed by omission. That's to say, if he didn't say anything to you, you were doing well, you were doing fine. And I learned that very quickly. There was an occasion when, in Star Trek 3, when we all woke up, when we were sleeping, wherever the hell it was, sleeping outside of the tomb or something, where Leonard...
Oh, on the Genesis? No, wait.
No, this is... Somebody knows, right? We woke up, and one of our cast members did a gesture like this. I have never seen Leonard pissed off as much as he yelled, "Cut!" And he went over to that person and said, "Don't ever do that again." Because it's what we, in the parlance, in the actor's parlance, is called indicating. You know, it's not a true emotion, it's you're indicating an emotion. So, aside from that, I never saw him really get upset with anybody. He did get upset with me once, and but it wasn't the acting in the film that upset him. This was Star Trek 4, and we were in the Bird of Prey. You may have heard this story. We were in the Bird of Prey, and it was a day like today. And it was hot, and we were in these very cramped quarters inside the Bird of Prey, and we were getting to the end of the day, and we just had one shot left, and then everybody was, and we got that shot. Everybody was really excited, and I don't know what possessed me, God knows, but we were using those seats that had real motors, so that we would vibrate, So then I said, "Cut, that's a wrap." And I said, "Hey, Leonard, ooh, I had a terrific idea." He said, "Quiet, everybody, quiet." And I swear it went through the ranks. Quiet. And everybody stopped, and they all turned to me. I said, "Turn on the motor under my chair." And they turned it on, and he yelled, "Turn on," and everybody turned around and watched. And I sat there and I said, "I've always loved Spencer Tracy." He was really upset. He was really upset about that. Now, Bill. So he directed by omission. He didn't say anything. You were cool. Bill was just the opposite. Well, I don't ever remember Bill getting upset with anybody. But if you said, "I yell you, sir," in your scene, he said, "Whoa, that was good." "Aye, aye, Captain." The last day of the shoot, I was only on the film 8 days, and I turned to George, we were sitting at the council. I said, "George, today's my last day." He says, "Oh, well, we have to tell Bill." And I said, "Don't tell Bill, don't tell Bill." He says, "No, oh, Bill. This is Walter's last day." Walt! Big hug, it was embarrassing. I really anticipated having problems with Bill. Because Bill is Bill, and because I'm a little paranoid. So I said to the other, before we started shooting, I said, if he's going to come down on any of us, I don't know what you're going to do, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk off the set. So I really anticipated that. His first statement about making this film was he wanted to go back to the days of the series when it was the 3 actors, it was the triumvirate, and then we were sort of the moving furniture in the background. I mean, that's pretty much what was implied and certainly what I inferred from those. So I was anticipating problems. And of course, that never turned out to be the case. He was extremely reinforcing, way out of proportion, but that's okay. Better that way than the other. So, the experience itself was a benevolent experience. And so I came through this pretty good, huh? I didn't really put down on anybody or anything.
That was great. Before we go, what can What can we expect? What have you been working on lately?
Yeah, what have you done lately? It's the story of Hollywood. Actually, 100 years ago, when Star Trek went off the air, I wrote a novel. That novel, 18 years later, was published. It was then published another 18 years after that, and it will be published again this late fall of this year, or late summer this year. It's called Buck Alice and the Actor Robot. In the interim, I was approached about turning it into a radio drama. My wife, Ginny Levitt, who's here with me tonight, and we went back to New York, to Ipswich, Massachusetts, to perform in this radio drama. We have 45 actors. Judy played several roles brilliantly, and it's going to be released in November. You know, a million sound effects, all sorts of music. It's really quite a lot of fun. It's going to be on Sirius, the satellite, and but it'll also be in the bookstores. So it should be in all the chains. So that's the most concrete thing. I've just finished the synopsis on a screenplay, but that could be forever before it happened, or if it happened at all. But you can look for Buck Alice and the Actor Robot as a radio drama in November.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you all.